Now we welcome in the head basketball coach of the Haverford College men, Mike Mucci. Mike began his 20th season on the main line, and honestly, Coach, it doesn't seem all that long ago when the two of us were working together at Yale, and now you have 2 decades under your belt. It's been a long and winding road for both of us, and
Right.
glad to have you here. The Fords finished 8-16 a year ago and tied for 8th. And Coach, when you look at this year's Haverford squad, the first question I think most observers have is how do you replace Brett Cohen? You're do everything senior last year. You obviously don't ask someone to step in and replace him, but how do you replace those numbers?
Um, you're right. I mean, it is hard to replace. I mean, he just had a tremendous career and really a great senior year. I think again we don't really have size other than a 6'7" freshman right now. So we're kind of playing a little bit faster, a little bit differently than having like a true post player. So we're going to have a lot of interchangeable parts and maybe put some people inside that, like a Luke Colombo or a Justin Winkler, somebody like that, to really help fill that area.
As you mentioned, Cohen averaged 15.8 points a game last year. Louis Cipriano averaged a little more than 10. So trying to find replacements for 26 points a game. Let's start with your two returning seniors in the backcourt, Lucas Colombo and Gibby Graves.
Obviously, that they're extremely important to our program. I think Luke is going to have a great year. I've continued to tell him that he just gets better and better each year. And from the standpoint of Gibby, I think probably he's is one of the more athletic, maybe along with Killing and some of the couple guys at McDaniel, one of the more athletic players in the conference. So he really needs to have also a great year. Another person that I think will really help from the scoring standpoint is Matt Sherman. He had a great summer and really has gotten much better, and I think he's going to have a great opportunity to help us as well.
Colombo averaging a little more than 9 points a game last year. Sherman 7.5, and Graves the leading assist man with 75 assists. Are there any other upperclassmen that you've seen develop during the offseason and you're hoping for bigger and better things in 2015?
The two players over preseason and into the early start of practice was one, Justin Winkler, and again, he's not Brett Cohen, but I think he can help that position a little bit. The other player that has really made great strides is Anthony Reyes. Again, another guy that could score for us. Again, he's also had a good start to the season at this point as well.
You mentioned one of your freshmen at 6'7", or three other freshmen. Do you see them really making a significant contribution in their first collegiate season?
Probably the one right now would be Walt Plumley from Norfolk Academy. He's a bigger guard. He can score. He can rebound. Again, I think he'll be in the mix, probably, if not a starter, one of the guys coming off the bench right away. Josh, is growing, and I think he'll really help us. But again, I don't know yet how quickly we'll get him in the mix at this point.
Josh Freed is 6'7", 220-pound freshman out of Bethesda, Maryland. When you look, Coach, you've done this, as we mentioned, 2 decades. We've had 3 different champions in the last 3 years. The conference is very competitive, top to bottom. Who do you see as some of the top teams this year?
Well, I think Dickinson has been very consistent the last couple of years. So obviously you have to put them forward since what they've done. I think Hopkins, what they did last year in beating Dickinson, and again their roster is definitely a team to look out for. F&M is always someone to look out for. And I also think McDaniel's gotten better. I think they had a great year and really had a chance at the end to make some noise.
9 all-conference players return in the conference. The Centennial over the course of recent years has really had some outstanding talent. Who do you see as some of the best players in the conference outside of Haverford this year?
Well, obviously Wickstead has been a great player. Killing, obviously, with his talent. Hopkins, again, with Bergerinovich and Hammer are right there. I think, F&M is going to have I'm sure, some size, but some guys have graduated from there that hopefully, that void could get lessened a little bit there. But they're always going to have very good players. So, and McDaniel, like I said, they might not have one standout guy, but they have a pretty strong group right now to work with.
Coach, we'll give you the last word. Anything else you'd like to comment about your team or the upcoming season?
I just would say right now that our team has worked extremely hard. They've been very committed, really buying into how we're going to play this year. And, it's going to be a challenge for us, but more importantly, if we defend the way we need to defend, that's going to help us a lot. So we'll do our best to get in the mix and hopefully at some point soon get back into the conference playoffs.
Head coach Mike Mucci of the Haverford College Forge, thank you for joining us today.
Thanks, Steve. Talk to you later.